if I want to meet with someone, it's pretty easy, right? I just type in the name of the people that I want to meet with. So I go ahead and say, okay, let's say I want to meet with Georgia and my PA Gypsy. I can go ahead and put an event on all of our calendars with one click, and it's going to show me the times when each one of us are available. That's going to make it really easy for me, right? I'm doing the job of an assistant and I have to manage my boss's Google Calendar. My concern is that I want to add tasks, but when I'm adding them, it's being added to my calendar. I'll jump into a blank task here, and you'll see here that on the left-hand side of my screen, I have multiple calendars. And so my dark blue calendar here is my IT Genius calendar. And there are a few calendars that have been shared with me. So we've got Scott, our CEO. I have my own personal calendar, which actually lives in another Google account outside my company. And I want to, for example, if I want to look at one of my colleagues' calendars, like maybe Georgia, our producer, I can click on this and it's going to show me somebody else's calendar events alongside my events. Now, if I want to meet with someone, it's pretty easy, right? I just type in the name of the people that I want to meet with. So I go ahead and say, okay, let's say I want to meet with Georgia and my PA Gypsy. I can go ahead and put an event on all of our calendars with one click, and it's going to show me the times when each one of us are available. That's going to make it really easy for me, right? But if, for example, I am an assistant and I want to create an event for somebody else, well, I need to put that event on somebody else's calendar. And there's two steps to this. First up, you've got to have that person share their calendar with you. And so that's pretty straightforward. Let's look at how we do that. They're going to go to their calendar settings on their account. They're going to go to sharing settings, and they are going to go to access permissions, and they're going to add your email account to the people who can access. Now, my recommendation would be that they allow you the permission to make changes there. Okay, cool. So once we've got that done, that's done. Excellent. The next step is actually creating events. And there's two ways that you can create events. You'll see here that I'm looking at a day view, and I can see multiple calendars here on the day view. I can just click on the calendar I want to create an event for. Now, we've got this Peter Moriarty calendar here, which is, it's actually not my business calendar, it's my second calendar. I can choose to create an event here. Call that test event. And that sits on the external calendar. Now, if I wanted to create an event and place it on another calendar, there's actually a second way that I can do that. And I'll go back to week view to show you what that looks like, because this is how I usually create events to place on a separate calendar. I'll drag and drop my event like normal, and I'll create my event. And then you'll see here that I have a drop down of calendar. I can click on the calendar name and choose which calendar I would like to drop that event onto. And so if I choose to put that on Scott's calendar, who I have access to, I can place it there. If I want to place it on my external personal calendar, I can place it there. We even have group calendars that we use for different teams in the business, and I can place it on a group calendar, meaning that anyone who has access to that group calendar will be able to see the event. So there you go. That's how you create your events when you have someone else's calendar that you want to place them on, or a group-based calendar that you want to place them on. Any follow-up questions, let me know. If you need more help with what we've covered in this video, IT Genius provides support services to businesses all over the world with problems just like this. Click the link below to get started.